We should now be on Facebook and on YouTube. Hello, everybody. I'm so sorry for the delay. I'm so sorry for the technical issues we've had. I do have two cameras going, so I've got one up here. You'll see me looking up here, and I've got one down here. I will try my best to make sure that you can all see everything that you need to see tonight. We are going to be making glass resin flowers tonight. We made them last night, but we had loads of technical issues and the stream didn't go up on YouTube. So we're doing the whole thing again, but you know, it's nice to have another day of being creative, surely. I do think that on here, I should be able. There's a way. TikTok told me that I can do a flash. Does anyone know what that means? Hi, Keely. I did see that you just messaged me and I haven't responded, but hello again. What are you getting up to tonight? Does anyone know how to activate a flash on TikTok? I don't even know what that means, but if somebody knows, let me know and I will do it. Right, shall we just get on? Tonight we're making glass resin flowers. In your Curious Octopus box, you should have some polystyrene. It's like plasticky polystyrene. This isn't just for padding. We are going to use this for our leaves and our petals. We have some wire. And this is how we're going to make this skeleton of our flowers. We have pliers and cutters. We have stalks, these green, very thin stalks. So just check in your box. If you haven't pulled these out, they can get lost very easily in that purple paper. So just make sure you've got these 3 stems from your box. You should have a vase. And it will have a little stirring stick in it. As you can see, I've used my stirring stick and it looks a little bit Irish now. I'm a little bit Irish. So there we go. It was an accident, but here we are. And you should have 2 pots of resin. One will have a leaf on the top. One will have a flower on the top. Do not leave these pots open because this is air dry resin and it will dry. It is flammable. Be very careful. Someone last night had candles very close to it. Don't do that. But we're going to keep the lids on until the end when we're finished, and we're going to be ready to use this resin. Okay. Hello, everybody. Oh, Keely's put her bag together. I can't wait. So Keely. So this night is. Well, should have been last night, was last night, but the feed didn't work. Is a chance for, even if you haven't, let me explain. Curious Octopus is a craft subscription box, and I send out a project, a craft or art project every month. I send everything to your home, and then there's a big fly in my house. And then once a month, we go online and we do a live craft night. However, if you haven't bought a Curious Octopus craft box, what I just love is people being creative. And a lot of the time we're not held accountable. So we don't do crafting things, even though we would like to. So please follow the page, find out when the next live craft night is. I do try and make it quite obvious on my social media. And use that night just to do something creative, even if you don't have a craft box and you're not following along with whatever we're doing. Keely is making a crocheted bag. I hope I get this right. She's making a crocheted bag with granny squares with sunflowers in them, and tonight she's putting it together. So it's a perfect example. If you're not making these resin flowers, make something else. Do some drawing, get some cross stitch, do some crochet, whatever you want to do. Use this as your time put it in your diary and keep it sacred. Anyway, right. Oh, and you've also got some flower wrap. Can't remember what it's called. And just to let you know, I am not the expert here. I've got the lovely Charlotte from Fleur Boutique who has arranged this, and she has a wonderful company called Fleur Boutique, and she makes these and sells them, and she makes them better than I do, and she's an absolute expert. So she was going to be here last night. She unfortunately couldn't make it, but she was on our live. She was able to message and she was watching. So we were able to have her kind of here virtually, and she was a wonderful help. I've spoken to her today. I've seen her today. She's given me some more pointers and things that, you know, there aren't right and wrong ways to do this. It might be that you find a way of doing this that works better for you. So yeah, if anyone knows how to do the flash, maybe it's that. Ooh. Level Up Live. Oh, hang on, it might be here. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Topic, no. So yeah, if anyone is on here and they know how to activate. Oh, what's that? Swipe right. Oh gosh, I don't understand this. Ooh. Oh, here we are, flare. Right, I'm going to use the flare. Oh, I can't use the flare. Right, sorry about that. Right, let's get on and make some resin flowers. So what we're going to do is make these lovely skeletons of leaves first, and then we're going to make the skeletons of the flowers. So we're going to start with the leaves because they're easier, and it's going to give us a good I keep getting distracted, I'm so sorry. You also have these tubes in your kit. They'll come tied up like this. If you untie the tubes, they'll all come out of each other, and you'll be left with a small, a medium, and a large tube. So what we're going to do is start with our small tube, and we're going to make 6 small leaves. I'm going to show you how to do that. Get your wire, find the end. I feel like this needs to be rewound, but it's all coming out everywhere. Anyway, right, get your copper wire. We're going to wrap it around this tube once. Should I pull this down? Is that better? It has to be so that, yeah. Hi, Jess. Everybody okay there? Everybody. So we are going to wrap the wire around this once. So you've got a little tail of maybe about 1 inch. Okay. Snip it off with your cutters. So you have a little bit of wire that's shorter and a little bit of wire that's longer. See that? And what you're going to do now is twist this around so that those 2 bits of wire twist together, but you're leaving one of the tails slightly longer than the other. Twist it a couple of times. Then what you can do is grab your pliers, hold the end of the 2 bits of wire and continue to twist until you get a lovely neat twist. It will look not so neat for a while, and then at some point it all goes nice and uniform, and the twists look lovely. We don't want to over twist it. So about like that. Can you see that? Just a little bit of wire down. That is not focusing, is it? Can you see that little bit of wire? Right, once we've done that, we're going to pull the wire off the tube and you're left with this little balloon shape. And what we're going to do now is just pinch the end to make it look a bit more like a leaf. And that's all we're going to do. That's one leaf done. So what we need to do now is make 6 small, 6 medium, and 6 large of these little leaves. Okay, so are you ready to go? We might all do it at different stages, different speeds, but that's fine. And if anybody is watching, feel free to have a little chat because I love chatting to people. So twist again, like we did last summer. Get your pliers and twist till it looks all nice and uniform. Don't over twist because it'll break. Slide it off the tube. Pinch the end and make it into a leaf shape. It doesn't have to be completely flat because they will slightly, they'll already, when we're dipping them, they will bend a little bit. Three people sent me an alien pet. Thank you very much. Don't know what that is, but feel free to send me an alien pet. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know. I don't understand. It wants me to get people to send an alien pet. I'm too old for all that. I don't really understand what it means. Right. So I'm on my 3rd petal. No, I'm on my 3rd small leaf. I'm going to keep twisting till it's nice and tight to the tube and the spiral looks neat. 3 done. How many have you done? That's the end of my wire. So, as I said last night, the box for next month. So, already, this company has only been around for 7 months now. And it came about because I was feeling a bit rubbish. I'm feeling like I wanted to do something creative. So I took myself to Hobbycraft and I sat in there and thought, right, I need to do something creative. What can I do? But I was just in such a bad place mentally that even though I'm quite creative and I've done lots of different art things in the past, I was just so overwhelmed. I just didn't know what to do. And sounds like there's a flying insect trapped in my conservatory. yeah, I just didn't know what to do. And then I thought, I just want someone like HelloFresh to go, here you are, make this. And then I thought, that's a great idea, but I wouldn't do it. It would just be sat in my house and I'd go, yeah, that's a great idea. I'll make that one day. But then I wouldn't make it. So I decided to do a live craft night and hold people accountable, because it works for me to be held accountable for things like this. I wouldn't do it. I don't do it. I don't put aside time for me. I don't prioritize crafting for me. It's just rubbish. And I think a lot of people are the same. So, who's that? Sounds like a, don't know. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a live craft night and I'd hold people accountable and I'd hold me accountable, and it would mean that I would do something creative every month, and then hopefully other people would do something creative every month. And so far, it's been a roaring success, which is amazing. And what I love about it is that there are people who make these boxes every month, learn a new craft, and then go and teach other people what they've learned, or tell other people what they've learned. I've got a lovely customer, who then goes and does a little workshop for her grandchildren or for her friends. And, you know, these lovely ripples of creativity are just shooting out into the world, and it's just wonderful. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love seeing what people have made. I love just encouraging a bit of creativity. So I say the same thing every day. I genuinely mean it. Like, what are you doing that's creative or positive? Can you find something to do that just like lightens your mood, makes you feel like you've done something for yourself? Right, that is 6 little leaves that have been made. I think it's actually the shower that's on. It sounds like there's a buzzing in the conservatory, but I think it's the shower. Right, once we've done 6, I've put them on the, you can see that, it's a bit bright. Once you've done 6 of the small leaves, we're going to move on and we're going to do 6 of the medium-sized leaves. So, same thing again, exactly the same. We're going to wrap the wire just around the tube. You see that? And we're going to twist just a little bit until it's pinched enough that we can get the pliers on it. Keep twisting, twisting. Okay, and then once we've got our little balloon shape, we just pinch the top to make it into a leaf shape. And that's one of the medium-sized leaves. We're going again. That was a medium, wasn't it? Not a large. Who knows? So we're twisting. So if you haven't joined before, we can go through some of the things that we've made in the lovely 7 months since Curious Octopus was born. It was born at Christmas last year. Well, I suppose I started it in November, but the first box went out in December, and we made a really lovely felt Christmas garland. And my lovely creative friend Bev helped me with that box. And we threaded a load of felt rags and made this really, oh, it was so nice, like this thick felt garland. We then sewed, we learned back stitch and blanket stitch, and we learned how to make these holly and berries and these little stars that we stuffed. So we learned a bit of sewing, and then we had this lovely garland that went across the mantelpiece. Then in January, we learned how to do macrame. I always say macrame. People keep telling me it's macrame. I'm still going to go with macrame because I think I like the word better. And we made this lovely wall hanging. It's a bit worse for wear now because I keep getting out and showing people, but this is what we made in January. So we learned how to do square knots, berry knots, lark's head knots. What's the other one? Oh, and spiral knots. So that was a really good one as well. I really enjoyed that. Then we learned how to do mosaics. We made a mosaic like that one of the months. And I sent everything out in these boxes for you to make these things. We've done lino cut prints. We've done lampshade making. We've done glass painting. That's the glass painting. We did a wisteria on glass with glass paint. So yeah, we learn a completely different craft every month, and it's just been such a lovely thing to do. I've just really enjoyed every single one. And next month we're going to learn how, it's going to be more of an arty one rather than a craft one next month, and we're going to learn how to draw mandalas. So everything you need will be sent out for you, including some really lovely paints, some really lovely drawing pens, and a sketchbook so that you can do more than just the one we're going to do on the evening. And it's a really good, I mean, the whole point of Curious Octopus is that it's helping people to be creative even when, and especially if they don't feel particularly creative. It's every single one of these boxes is step by step that anybody could do, and it's aimed at adults. There are some kids that that join and do this, and they are very welcome, but I really want to encourage adults who don't feel particularly creative to find something that they can do that is accessible and fun and enjoyable. So yeah, that's my aim, just to spread a little bit of creativity. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the mandala, because it's a structured way of drawing. It's not just like draw something, which is really overwhelming for a lot of people, including me. And I've been an artist for a long time. I was a body painter for 20 odd years. And, you know, sometimes a blank canvas is the most scary thing because, you know, where do you start? Where's your inspiration? But yeah, we're trying to make it so that it's not so scary. It's a little bit structured. And so that anybody can do it. And there's always a little bit of room for your own creativity if you feel confident enough to do it on your own. Like the glass painting workshop, I drew the picture of the wisteria on the reason why we did it on a frame is so that I could draw the picture of the wisteria and people could just trace it if they wanted to and learn how the paints work. However, I was amazed that a load of people just did their own designs. They just they went rogue on it, and I loved it. And I think maybe I underestimated how much people could do their own thing. And I think especially with a couple of months of Curious Octopus boxes under their belts, and they felt like they could do anything, which I loved. Right, I've done 5 of the medium leaves. And the great thing is, if you're watching on catch up on YouTube, you can speed it up or you can slow it down, whatever is good for you. And if you are watching this and you want to, if you're watching this again later on and you feel like you've missed out a little bit on the live experience, because, you know, I could be doing videos where I just teach you how to do this without it being live. And it's slightly less of a communal experience tonight because a lot of people did it last night. But there is a Facebook page. We have a really lovely community of makers. And we have a Facebook closed group where we share our creative endeavors, and especially the things that we've made on our Curious Octopus live nights. And the pictures that have gone on last night are just wonderful, of all these different coloured flowers. Everybody got a different colour resin. So there's red ones, blue ones, pink ones, purple ones, gold, yellow, orange. It's wonderful. I'm going to hopefully do a little post at some point showing off everybody's makes from this box, because I just think it's wonderful. It's been amazing. So if you want to, if you've bought a box and you want to be a part of that group, please get involved. If you haven't bought a box and you just want to get involved and, you know, be a part of the Curious Octopus closed group, and you can post the creative things that you have made. It's a really lovely group. There's only a few people in there at the moment. So, and everyone is so super supportive and so lovely. And it's just a way of like having some, you know, it's a bit scary, isn't it, to share the things that you've made and to not judge yourself, or, you know, but I promise you, it's a really non-judgmental, lovely little group that will hopefully increase your confidence, and you'll meet some lovely other makers. So yeah, go and join the Curious Octopus makers group. I do have to accept your request or whatever, because I don't want it to just be an open group. And if people are happy with the images being shared, then great. But otherwise, try and keep it just as a closed group so that people feel like their privacy is respected and that they feel confident to share. So, yeah, but it's a lovely group. Please go and join. And sometimes I miss the requests. So if I have missed the requests, send me a message and say, excuse me, I want to be in the group. Right. I wonder how many of your leaves you've made. Let me know how many leaves you've made. Who's watching on TikTok? Show yourself. Say hello. Huh. Oh. Slip to my fingers then. Who's there? Tracy? Joe? Emma? Charlene? Who's there? Oh, Charlene. Thanks for the gifter badge. Oh, no, you got the gifter badge because you gifted likes, I think. Oh, no, what's that? I don't know what you've gifted, but thank you very much for whatever you've gifted. I am 43 years old. I don't understand TikTok gifts and flares. It keeps telling me to use my flare and then it tells me not to use my flare. Let me see if I can use, actually, maybe we should use the flare when we're dipping because that's the most interesting thing. Hi, I'm new. Oh, hi, Charlene. Nice to meet you. Did you hear what I was saying about Curious Octopus, the whole idea about it? Is there anything you'd like to know? And are you doing something that is creative or positive today? So tonight we are learning how to make glass resin flowers. These ones that are here, you can probably see them slightly in the corner of my screen, of your screen. So currently we are making the skeletons for these leaves. We're making 18, 6 of each size. And I've just followed you in the last few days. Oh, nice. Were you online last night? Did you see the live last night? No, I didn't. No, that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Well, normally, so I send out a craft subscription kit, and every month I send out a art or craft project, and then we all go on. Once everyone has received their box, I go online and I do a live online workshop. That live online workshop was actually last night, and I did all this last night, but we had a load of issues with streaming, and the streaming software didn't work, and a load of people, I try and stream to Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and YouTube, but a load of people couldn't see it, so they couldn't finish their glass resin flowers. So I've come online again tonight to teach people how to make it again, and we're recording it for YouTube. So hello, YouTubers. And the reason why I put it on YouTube as well is so that anyone can watch it back. So if they can't join the live, they can watch it back and they can make their box later on. But I do really encourage people to do it with us and do it all live because it's a really lovely community. We're all chatting and it's really lovely. So yeah, I send out a different craft every month. We have before made macrame. We've done mosaics, which are over there. You can see it on the YouTube. The YouTube. Gosh, I'm so old. We made mosaics. We've made glass resin flowers. We've done glass painting. We've done lino cut prints. We've made lampshades. That's broken, isn't it? Oh no. Oh my goodness, it's not broken. I can't believe that's not broken. Wow. That's one for the replay, isn't it? You found me on YouTube. Oh, yay. Oh, but you're watching on TikTok. That's good to know. I felt like people would only just, oh, I see. You found me on TikTok and now you've done that on YouTube. Yeah, fine. Sorry. Can't believe I just threw that on the floor. One thing you'll know about me, though, is that I get very distracted and I forget my line of thought. So you have to help me sometimes and be like, you were talking about this. But do you know what? I really feel like, and this isn't a criticism of anyone, and I hope this isn't me just being lazy, but I want to see more real brands and more real people running real companies. I keep getting told, don't put your face on the company, make it so that it's the brand, and I just don't agree. I just don't. I think people want human connection. I want to see more real people with real businesses and real human connection because I think we are lacking it, and there's definitely a place for AI and there's definitely a place for branding and all of that kind of stuff. but I think human connection is lacking at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got one more leaf to make. Sorry for the confusion. I used to be on Facebook and Instagram. I got hacked. There's some, it's a pain, isn't it? But yeah, welcome. I'm glad that you found us. Oh, look, I've nearly used up all my wires. Good thing I've got some more. It's because I did all this last night and I've made some before. So, right, I'm making my last leaf. Charlene, are you creative? Do you like making things? Do you have a creative craft that you really enjoy? Can you comment? Have you still got the YouTube thingy open, Charlene? Can you send me a message on there? Because I don't know if I can see if anyone's commenting on YouTube. Right, I think that is my last leaf. So I'm just going to make the leaf into a leaf shape. And then we're going to move on. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. I've got 6 of each size leaves. I don't know if you can see that. It's like 2. Oh, there we go. It's a bit of shadow. We're now going to move on and make the flowers. So we are going to make 2 flowers for each stem. If you want to make more, you carry on and make more. But we like the 3 leaves, 2 flower thing. It does say top chat. Oh, all messages. Oh, no, I want live chat. I want to see everybody's chats. Haven't done any craft in a while. I used to be into colouring books, but I'm looking to be more crafty. Yeah. It's so good for you. I mean, I say it all the time, but I just think it's just so good for you to do anything creative. And sometimes just the mindless, just simple doodles. That's why I've been posting recently. I don't know if you've seen any of them. Some just little 5-minute doodles, just to give your brain a bit of a creative break, but no, a bit of a break from the normal everyday thing. Yeah, I think it's just good for you. Colouring books are great. Doodles are great. Anything really. We've recently been diagnosed with colitis. Oh no. Oh, that's rubbish. So you definitely need some creativity. There was someone, I can't remember what they were called. There was someone I was following today that I think has a chronic illness, and she put up this post that was really good. It was like four tips for being creative, like almost like lazy creative, when you haven't got the energy, but it's going to be good for you to do something creative, like do something that you can do sitting on the sofa, do something that requires very little equipment. If that person is are you still able to work? Oh, brilliant. Right, I'm going to show you how to make flowers. It's very similar to the leaves, but slightly different. So we're going to start with a little bit of a tail, maybe an inch long tail at the bottom. And we're going to hold the wire on the back with our thumb and wrap it round 5 times, okay? Rose asleep. Good job, Jimmy. Thanks. We're going to wrap it around 5 times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I'm going to snip off the bottom, give myself a little tail like I had before. So if you can see, there's 5 wires wrapped around and the wires coming out the bottom. So 5 wires wrapped around. Why isn't that? I don't really know how to do that, but 5 wires wrapped around and the bottom bits. I'm going to hold those wires together, and with the bottom, I'm going to twist once, literally just so. You know when you wrap a present and you put the ribbon around it, and then you wrap the 2 different ribbons just like that, so they just loop around each other and then go in a different direction. That's what we want to do here. So we want one to be going like, we want them to cross each other and then push them down so that you've got a wire going up and a wire going down. Can you see that? I don't know why it's not focusing on TikTok. So that should hold it in place long enough for us to slip this off the tube. Okay. Then this is the bit you need to remember. Okay. Every time we're making a flower, the right hand wire needs to go through towards the left, and the left hand wire needs to go through and towards the right. It's going to make a little knot at the bottom of our loops. And I'm going to show you in a minute what happens if we don't do this. So once you've done that, you can push them together so that they join really close together and pull them down a bit. Can you see that? So they've wrapped around, and what we've got now is our balloon shape. We've got our balloon shape, but the wires are wrapped around and down. I think it's still trying to focus on my face. And then we can carry on and twist like we did with the other one. So we can hold the bottom of these and twist it until you get that very neat twist. Okay, so we've got a little balloon with our wires, with our 5 loops. Okay. If you don't thread those tails through the loops before you twist, you will end up like this. So this is one I did last night and forgot to loop. So do you see at the bottom, they're not all attached. Can you see this? At the bottom, they're not all attached. They've gone in a tube and they're just coming apart. So we can't form them into petals. Could you make the flowers as individual petals so they can be bigger? You can do, or you can make them with this. The trouble is, hello, Helen. The trouble is, it will be harder to dip them. You could definitely try it, and you could make the individual petals bigger, like the so Charlotte from Fleur Boutique. I went over to her house last night, and she makes these lovely little cactus, these little succulents with the with individual leaves. But there's no, I mean, try it. Absolutely try it. You could try making all the petals separately, and then, you know, you could arrange them into a rose or something. I think that would be great, actually. If you do the 3 different sizes, and then once they're dry, you could kind of arrange them around each other, couldn't you? Try it. Definitely try it. I'm all up for that. Right. Last night, we made all of our flowers like this, but I felt like there was a lot more people doing it all at the same time, and we were all at different stages. But I'm gonna turn this into a flower, so I can do each whole flower. So once we've got our 5 circles, we're going to split them and try and split them in order of where you twisted them. I'm just going to pull them apart slightly so they all sit separately. Oh, hang on. No. Push them back together. Ignore that. Sorry. What we're going to do first is shape them into a petal shape like we did with the, sorry about that, like we did with the leaves. We're going to shape them into shape the whole thing into a petal shape so that all the petals are roughly the same shape. Right. Now we're going to separate them. Can you see that? Now we're going to separate them. So we're just going to pull them all apart slightly. And you'll find that if you pull the end one apart, they all kind of separate a little bit. Then this is the bit that's a bit more creative. I might give it a go later, sitting in the car waiting on my daughter at the moment. Oh dear, is that a gymnastics class or a football club or something? Right, so, sorry, I'm just carrying on without telling you what I'm doing. We now need to arrange these so that they look like petals. So I would put the outer ones down. And then we're going to just bend them around slightly to get the petals looking like flowers. So this is the bit where you can just move it around until they're roughly even. You see that? Okay. Once we've done that, I tend to close it up a little bit. So the flower's a little bit closed. You can just push it up from the bottom. It doesn't matter if the petals overlap. It's actually quite good for the resin if the petals overlap a little bit. Right, so once you've got a kind of closed flower, we're going to get our pliers and we're just going to bend the top of each petal back a little bit. We're going to open each of the petals up just slightly. Just bend it back just a little bit. And there you have a flower. I'm trying to do it so that you can see. Can you see that? Okay, we're going to do that again and we're going to make 6 more. You can put these, you can lie them on your polystyrene or you can stab them in and they'll stand up. Right, we're going to make 5 more flowers. Are you ready? One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bit of a tail. Snip it off. Twist it once this time. Don't forget to leave. Twist it around once and then push it down to give that lovely twist around. So they'll be like that and they'll hold together. I'm going to slip it off the tube. Hold it together because it wants to jump apart because you've basically made a little spring. Thread one through the middle to the other side and the other one through the middle to the opposite side. Push them together. And then you can twist. Use your pliers. twist until you get that lovely uniform twist. Hasn't it been warm today? How have you guys been coping with the heat? I was working all day. I do lashes and brows as well as for my day job. So I was working from home all day. And it was getting hotter and hotter as the day went on. Right. Make it into a petal shape. Hi, Nanny McPhee. How are you doing? Have you been creative recently? You are always being creative, aren't you? You've been doing any crocheting or knitting? Okay, we're spreading them out. Oh, we're twisting them to make them look more like a flower. Ooh, what's happened with that one? That's not what I wanted to happen. I can go that way. Oh dear. This flower looks like it's been trodden on. Right, this is not my best flower, but I'm going with it anyway. Some flowers are great and some don't look so great. Right, it's fine now. Salvaged it, done it. Okay, and then we're going to bend each petal back slightly. Give that lovely flower effect. Just the tips. There we go, salvaged it, it's fine. That's the sweet spot. That's the spot where everybody can see it. So that's 2 flowers made. Let's go again. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're going to twist and push it down and then snip off. Thread them through. And when you've threaded them through and pulled it down, you want those 2 twists to be as close together as possible. I feel like I'm going to sleep really well tonight. Going live is really lovely. It's quite exhausting. It's probably the concentrating on doing something creative, isn't it? It's so good for you. It turns your brain off from everything else, but and make it into the petal shape. Give it a little squeeze. separate them. Okay, and then I'm gonna twist them around again to make a flower. Close the flower up a little bit. Bend the tips open a little bit. And we have another flower. Let's put it in the sweet spot. So that's 3 flowers completed. Let's do 3 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you don't know, Thursday night in Weston is bike night. And they all go past my house on a Thursday. I very often hear the bikes go past and they go, oh yeah, it's Thursday. Right, we're going to twist and push it down again. Thanks for the likes on TikTok, all of you TikTok likers. Apparently, TikTok wants me to get aliens and roses and diamonds and stuff. Do you know how to gift them? I don't know. I don't know if that costs anyone something or whether it's just something that you've got. I don't really understand, to be honest. It's telling me to use a flash, so I'm going to use a flash later. When we're dipping, I think. We need some TikTok lessons or something. Okay, turn it into a petal shape. Separate them out. Thanks, Karina. Are you Karina Jimmy's friend? It's a bit of trial and error with this, where you think that the petals need to fold one way, but if you force it, they don't like it. They're quite sensitive little souls. So very often you have to kind of work out which way they want to go and then work with it. Thanks for the likes, Karina. Okay. Oh, wow. That's a lot of likes. Thank you very much. You've got sore thumbs now. 300. Whoa, you're really going. Are you aiming for a number? Oh. Like the first time I ever went live, I had some friends having a little bit of a competition on how many likes they could do. And it just got ridiculous. It got to the thousands. And then one of them would get the gifter badge, and then the other one would be annoyed because they wanted to be the #1 gifter. It's funny. Right, I've done 4 flowers. 1. Oh, itch. You're going for 1,000, Karina. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, not my cutters, that's my pliers. Oh, Ella's liking the live too. Oh, we might have a little bit of a competition here. Who's going to be the #1 gifter? Okay, so we've twisted it around. Don't forget to pop those through. One way. And you know what? You'll do this many times, and then one time you'll just forget again. It's really annoying because you'll end up with the little flat balloon. Thanks, Ella. Oh my goodness, we're up to 1,000. 1,300. Who's going to be the top gifter? Who is it so far? I think it's Karina. You guys are going for it. Oh, no. No, I started twisting the wrong way. Untwisted my twist. I am Karina. I've heard lots about you. Hello, nice to virtually meet you. Ella's going for the likes. Ella's coming for your likes, Karina. We are nearly at the dipping part, and that is my favorite bit of this whole process. So keep going with your flowers. We've got 1.5 more flowers to go. Nice to meet you, Karina. I'll have to get you girls together at some point. Right. We've got another flower. I'm going to bend the petals back, and then I'm going to make my last flower. Okay, one more to go. We've got 5 flowers. We need one more. I've only just got enough wire left, I think. Karina, are you still the biggest liker, or has Ella? Hi, Shane. Oh, Shane just got the #1 gifter badge. Thanks, Shane. Shaney Lala. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You making some glass resin flowers? Ella, the #1 gifter is Shane. He's beaten you and Karina. And he's very competitive, so I don't know if you're don't know if you're going to beat him. You're watering the grass. You're tending to your real plants and flowers. Is that a euphemism? Oh, happy birthday as well for the other day. The other day? It's not today, is it? The other day. I said, is that a euphemism? But keep it clean because there are children watching in your response. Okay, we're twisting. We need to get our pliers, twist the last flower together, and then we can get on and do the dipping. Yeah, in a creative way. Ah, good. I'm glad you had a good birthday. Don't you guys need to have some kind of party soon? I'm pretty sure. I feel like we're owed a party, aren't we? Was there going to be a party and there wasn't a party? I think there needs to be a party. Okay. We are doing the last flower. Karina, we are making these glass resin flowers. So at the moment, we're making these little skeletons out of wire of leaves and flowers. You see that? It's not really, if I get my face out, it might. No, it's not focusing. But I think you kind of get it. And then we're nearly finished with these, and we are going to, we are very soon going to dip them in resin and make them look really lovely. So in about 5 minutes. Shane's still the #1 gifter. Can't believe you teenage girls have been beaten by a middle-aged rocker. No offense, Shane. Karina's going for it now. She's going to try and beat the likes. How many likes did you do, Shane? You must have done loads. Okay, we're going to bend the petals out again. And we have 6, hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeleton flowers. So we are now going to start dipping. So you have 2 tins. I've got 4 here. You should have 2 tins in your kits. We're going to start with the leaves, and what we're going to do is take the leaves off and put them into 3 piles. When we have dipped our leaves, what we're going to do is stick them in this bit of polystyrene, but sideways, and so they dry flat. Okay, so we're going to stick them in like that, and they're going to dry flat. Can you see that? This one here. It's really hard to show you. So this one here. You see that? They're going to stick out the side and they're going to dry flat. So I've just taken that one out. I've got my 3 piles of 6 different sized leaves. We're going to start with the smallest ones first, because when we attach them, we're going to start with the smallest ones first. So we want to give them as long to dry as possible. Get your pliers. You don't really need to mix the leaf mixture, because the green doesn't have any metallic colors, metallic pigment in it. So don't have a big whiff of it. It's pretty toxic. It stinks. It's acetone based, so it's basically like a very strong nail polish resin. So you can use your pliers if you want. You can use your fingers if you want. Oh, let's try it. No, I'll do the flash in a minute. Don't leave the lid off for long periods of time. We're dipping, and then we're going to put the lid back on, okay? Once we've done all of our leaves. So hold the cat got something. Hold your jar over to the side, and we're going to dip your, do it so you can see it. We're going to dip the leaf in so it goes a couple of mil above where the I think the cat's got a mouse, which is wonderful. Right, I'm going to dip it in, pull it out, dab off the ends, and then you're left with a beautiful leaf. We're going to stick it in the side of our polystyrene so it sticks out. This one's got a really long tail, which is annoying. And it will stick out like that. But we want it to dry flat so that you don't get, they're like shaking all over the place. Right, and we're going to do that with all of our leaves. So tip the pot to the side, dip it straight in so it goes a couple of mil further than where the leaf ends. Take it out, dab the end off. Leaves. And then stick it in the end of here, making sure you don't touch the next leaf along. Those tails are what I could do is cut those tails off. If you've got some where the leaves are just too long, and then you can use your pliers to just stick it in sideways. I'm going to do the same with this one. I think there's a mouse that's climbed up my curtains because the cat is looking very intently at the curtains, and she is an absolute killer at the moment, which is horrible. And normally I try and save them, but at the moment, I'm quite busy doing this. I'm really sorry. Right, we're dipping. Let it drip off. Give it a little dab. what I should have done, and if you haven't started yet, is started from furthest away. That would probably be better, and then stick them in coming closer to you. There you go. There's a little tip if you haven't already started doing dipping. There's 4. Five. I've lost one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there. 6. So I try and do this really close so you can see it. Get any blobs off without popping it. If it pops, you can put it back in the dip. I'll do one for TikTok in a sec. So there you have a load of glass leaves. Right, I'm going to do the medium ones on this side. I'm going to do them furthest away to closest. How good is that? So and the tail is a bit long. Can you see these? Emery the Moogle just got the #1 gifter badge. Thank you very much. Hello, Charlotte Fleur. How you doing? We are whizzing through it tonight. So Charlotte from Fleur Boutique has just joined us. She's the expert on how to make these beautiful resin flowers. And if you'd like to buy some without making them, if you head on over to fleurboutique.org.uk, Emma Ree. Yeah, and you can buy. She does these really beautiful mistletoe leaves and berries in rings. She does succulents. It's just very, very talented, wonderful, lovely shop. Great for gifting. If you need a gift for somebody. Fleur Boutique got the #2 gifter badge. There's been a bit of a competition going on, so if everyone wants to get involved in the gifting competition, I mean, everyone likes a gift. Where do you get your hair colours from? I was talking about this today. I get my hair coloured in a salon, in a training salon, but when I need it to be brightened up, I use a company called Manic Panic. and they're very good. I really like them. I always get the rockabilly blue, the fuchsia pink, and a purple one, which I can't remember what it's called. And they fade to really nice colors. I actually haven't done this. Haven't colored my hair for a really long time. It was like rockabilly blue is like a dark blue. So the blue fades to this nice kind of aqua light blue. If you do pop any of these or you knock them, you can just dip them again. If you reintroduce the flowers and petals to the dip, it kind of reactivates. So don't worry if it pops or you get it wrong, you can do it again. That's so cool. I love it. And I'm sticking them in so they're drying flat, as Charlotte from Fleur Boutique told me today. I was just catching up with the questions. Yeah, you carry on. Can you look back and see the questions from earlier in the live? So Charlotte from Fleur Boutique has been really, well, it was great last night as well, wasn't it? Because, see, that one's popped. Can you see that? So I'm just going to dip it again. And then it's fine. I have got it on my finger though, which is great. And will probably stain my nails because the yellow stained my nails before. Because it's such wonderful pigment, and it does. I'll peel that off after. Right, I'm going for the large leaves now. Ooh, look at that. I did, but you are very welcome to answer as well. So when you, someone asked about petals, making petals individually, and I said about how you make succulents with all the separate leaves, which are almost like petals, aren't they? I just kind of said, have a go. There's no right or wrong ways of doing it. And I don't know, maybe you could make a load of separate petals and then arrange it. Could you make a rose or something? You've made a rose, haven't you? But how would you answer that question? I've kind of just gone with the limited knowledge that I have of glass resin. But yeah, Charlotte from Fleur Boutique is the expert on this particular craft. They definitely dry much better when they're left flat. You're completely right, Charlotte. You do know your stuff. You tried a rose, it's quite hard. Making the flowers the way you are teaching is the beginner bit. Yeah. Well, the person who asked, well, you probably recognise her name, did the workshop last night. So she was just asking about bigger sized, how would you recommend, once you've done the beginner thing last night, making bigger flowers? It's definitely worth experimenting though. It's such a nice thing. And to make a load of these and then to somehow arrange them together maybe into a bigger Start with using the bigger tubes. What, and make them like we did before? With individual petals or with yeah, with individual petals or with the wraparound technique. Right, I think I'm going to try and use my flash. I think flare. It's called a flare, not a flash. No. There are too many live creators using their flare apparently, so I can't use it. Maybe I'll try in a bit. Start with using the bigger tubes. Make them in the same way. You can move on to individual petals, but putting them together is a lot more difficult. So that is the advice from Charlotte. But yeah, try and make the bigger ones, see how you get on. Let us know. I mean, it's worth experimenting, isn't it? There's no, like you said, there's no rules. But yeah, really good advice. Try and do a bigger version. I think what I was doing when I made these ones, I actually did that with, I think I did that one with the big, I think I made them with the big ones and the small, the big ones and the medium ones. And I did have some issues with it popping actually, but I don't know whether I wasn't dipping them properly. It was one of the first, oh, there we go, I've got a hole in that one. It was one of the first tries I had before, after I come over and learnt from you. And I think I made a few mistakes. Okay, so that's all my leaves done. And what I should find is the first leaves that I've made are dry now, but I'm not going to try them yet because we're going to dip the flowers. Right, so lid back on the leaf green. More likely to pop with bigger petal size. Yeah, I agree. Maybe if you do them slightly narrower, they're more likely to not pop. Right, going to make the yellow. I'll do the metallic yellow because we've all got, everybody that's got a Curious Octopus box this month has metallic colors. So all of these metallic colors need a bit of a stir because they've got this beautiful metallic pigment in it. So get your lollipop stick that was in your vase and give it a really good stir. Can you see the color of mine? That's so lovely. Give it a really good stir because all of that lovely metallic pigment will have dropped to the bottom of your pigment. 5,000 likes. Thanks, guys. They're on it on TikTok. They are on it. So giving it a really good stir. Let me try again to use the flare. I think it would be good to oh, it worked. Hello, flare. I don't really know what that does. Right, so we're now going to dip our flowers So what I've learned from this is I was dipping them and pulling them out sideways. That is not the way to do it. We want to dip these flowers straight in and pull them out straight out, because then, well, you'll see what happens. It's really beautiful. Okay, do you want me to do it first? So I'm putting the resin over to the side. Try not to breathe it in too much. Dip it right in so that it goes all the way down, a couple of mil further than on your stem. Pull it out. It looks like it's going to pop. That one actually did. One of those leaves popped. And if you pull it out, it covers all the leaves, all the petals. Look at that. Oh, it's so lovely. I don't know why it's not. And then we can stick that in our polystyrene. I might have to use my pliers. Here we go. And we're going to do the next one. I might close these flowers just the slightest bit, because once they're if you are watching and not crafting, please tap the screen. Likes are free. Thank you. And I am making glass resin flowers, and I will get Jemima to make these with me. Maybe tomorrow. Thank you for the likes. So we're dipping again, straight in, straight out. You need to be watching it because, right, let's put it over to the side. Straight in so that you're a little bit lower down than the knot that you created. Oh, I love that effect. When you pull it out, you think they're all going to pop, and they don't, and they just look amazing. I wish I could get a camera right in there so you could see. Should I try and move this one right down? Right, it's going to be annoying for YouTube, but I'm going to move this. Try and do it so that you can see on. Sorry, there's a ring light in the way. I'll try and do it for YouTube as well in a minute. Right, can you see that? Dip it right in. Try and get my hand out the way. Look at that. I love it. Right, I'll move this out of the way now, and I'll try and do one for YouTube as well. Let's stick that in there before I start trying to move the cameras around. Right. Let's try and do this for YouTube. Okay, actually, if I close this up a bit, that'll be better. Okay, we ready? I'm kind of watching this on the screen. Look at that. It's so lovely. Every time I do it, I'm like, it's just amazing how it works. Right, now all the cameras are out. I mean, maybe that's easy. What made you decide to learn how to make these? So, yeah, we met at a stag and hen do, and we were just talking about what we did. And I said that I own a company called Curious Octopus, and I send out a different craft box every month. And I said to Charlotte, what do you do? And she said she makes glass resin flowers. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. So we got talking. And then she showed me what she makes. And then we met up at the wedding. And we decided to collaborate. Yeah, exactly. And it's just been amazing. It's been brilliant. And I've really loved learning this new craft. And I'm always on the hunt for new crafts because that is what I do. And that is then what I bring to my customers and hopefully give some exposure and business to other small businesses that are making these things. So if you just want to buy some of these, I mean, you have to get in early because I saw her order list today and it's massive. So if you want her to make you some, yeah, get in advance. But she also sells kits. Wham and Wednesday. Yes, it was a W themed stag and hen, and I went as Wham and she went as Wednesday. Right, YouTube, you can't see my face, but that's probably a better thing. I would say you can probably see what I'm making a bit better. And same with TikTok. Thanks for the likes, everybody. Right, what we're going to do now is put these together. We're running a bit quicker than we did last night because there's not so many stressful technical issues. Right, what we're going to do now is we're going to use our stems, these lovely little stems. Try and keep them straight, don't bend them. You've got 3 of these in your kit. We're going to get some of this floral wrap. That's what it's called. I can't remember what it was called earlier. Floral wrap. We're going to get about 6 inches of it. Just break it off. And once it's broken, so it's not sticky at all, but once you pull it and stretch it, I don't know whether it just releases something or whether it's just basically it's now going to stick to itself. If you haven't used this before, the internal bit, the bit that was touching the inside of the tape, is the sticky bit. So what we're going to do is have the sticky bit facing up. It won't really feel sticky, but it will stick to itself. We're going to get our stem and we're going to sit it on the floral wrap diagonally and start wrapping it around. So it will start wrapping to itself. And sometimes you need to stick the top bit in. And you want to try and keep this as tight as possible. So once you've wrapped it around a little bit, as you keep wrapping, it's going to start wrapping diagonally down. Okay. So once we've done that, we're going to get 2 of our small leaves. They will be dry now. If you drop them on the table, they are. Oh, there's a mouse on my curtains, I think. You can hear that they are dry. You hear that? So hold the 2 leaves together. And you want to put it in parallel to the stem. And then we're just going to continue to wrap around. We spoke about this today, and with our other ones, you can see the little bit of gold from the wire. If you want to wrap them, you can wrap the ends of these leaves if you want. It will take a little bit longer, but if you want to do that, you can wrap the ends of these leaves. I'm going to continue to just twist this around. And actually, where I've dipped these leaves, and they were dipped a little bit further into the dip, a lot of it is covered in green anyway, so it's not too bad. Okay, so I'm twisting these around and they are now sitting in my stem. All of these are just going to be facing up for now. And then we're going to rearrange them later, okay? So we've got 2 leaves. We're then going to get a flower, which should be dry as well now. I think that was one of the first ones that I did. So I'm going to get the driest flower. And I'm going to wrap that around exactly as I've done with the leaves. I sometimes find it's easier if you pinch the top and then twist the top because there's just a little bit more grip. Okay, I've twisted that around 3 or 4 times, so it's probably another ½ a centimetre down the stem. I'm going to get 2 medium leaves. Hold them together. If they do look like they're curving in a similar way, stick them so that they are curving like in the same direction as each other. It's just going to make the bending a bit easier later on. Okay. And continue to wrap them. Make sure your floral wrap is always at an angle so that it's always traveling down the stem. Okay, we've done that a few more wraps. We're then going to get another flower. The same again, put it in. Twist. And then 2 of the larger leaves. Hold them together. And twist. This is the bit that people missed out on last night because the software just was not playing last night. You can use fingers or pliers to arrange. Yeah, you can. That sounded really patronizing, Charlotte, sorry. From my point of view, yes, you can. So you twist, keep twisting until you run out of your flower wrap. And you want to wrap it, at this point, you can pull it down a bit so that it starts wrapping more. Because once you put them in the vase, you don't really want to see any of the, I mean, the stem is green anyway, it's fine, but it just looks nicer if the whole thing is covered. So once you've carried on wrapping, it will just stick to itself right down to the bottom. And there you go, you have your flower. So what we can do now, I'm going to use my fingers. You can use your fingers or your pliers. And we're going to just pull the leaves out. Pull the flower down a little bit. Now Charlotte likes to make these really uniform. And so she'll do the two, and then the flower, and then the 2, then the flower. You can, if you like them to be uniform, you can kind of do the flowers. Hang on, that flower needs to go around the front. I'm doing the front facing you. So there we go. That's more like how Charlotte would arrange it. Is that right, Charlotte? So that you've got the flat bit at the back and the 2 flowers at the front. And then when you put them in your vase, I mean, they're not going to move around, are they? So you can put them you can face all three of them kind of facing out in different directions. I, for the ones last night, did them a little less uniform. I think my kids have been playing with these, which is great. And I also bent the bottom bit up so that they all sat at slightly different heights. And yeah, I mean, they look lovely doing them in different ways. If you want them to be a bit more uniform, that's fine. You can do that. If you want them to be a bit more structured, you can do that. It's totally your choice. This part is the creative bit that you can do whatever you want. So I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to leave that one long because I'm going to put some more in there that will fill this little gap. I have a lovely old, and I've got some here that I made earlier as well. So maybe I should put them all in the same vase. Oh! Maybe not. Maybe that's a bit too many. Right, just keep making them, Kate. Stop getting distracted. Right. Let's make another one, shall we? Put that there. I am almost done. I've just got 2 more of these to put together. Right. So about 6 inches of the floral wrap. Rip it off. Stretch it. And then it stays longer. Put the stalk, the stem, on the floral wrap and start to wrap it round. And it will start to stick to itself. When you've covered the tip and it's really starting to stick to itself, get your 2 small leaves. Hold them together and wrap them in with the stem. It does take a little bit of getting used to, but once you really get a technique, like I said, I find it easier if you hold the bit at the top and twist. You might find it easier to twist from the bottom. Right, get a flower, put the flower in, continue to twist. Two medium-sized leaves. Hold them together. And twist. Each stem can take around 1 hour from start to finish. Yes. So for anybody that doesn't know, Charlotte from fleurboutique.org.uk, who's commenting on this live, is the expert on these. She's helped me put these boxes together and supplied the kits and taught me how to do this so that I can then teach you how to do this. So I'm always on the lookout for new crafts. I'm learning new crafts. I can't be an expert at every single craft I teach. Oh, hang on. I nearly put the last 2 things in, but I didn't put a flower in. Flower next. So yeah, I'm learning new crafts all the time. I have a month to practice what I'm putting out there, and then I do it. So, but it proves that it's always a craft that you can learn and you can get good at, or a reasonable amount of skill at it within what we're teaching in the box. And I'm sending everything you need out in a craft kit every month, and we're learning a completely new craft. And it's just so lovely. It's so good for us to do something creative. It's good for our minds. It's good for our confidence and our soul and our happiness, I think. And then these lovely little creative ripples just naturally happen. And once you've made something like this, you then go and say, oh, I made, you show someone, and then they go, oh yeah, I'd like to make that. I mean, I'm talking from experience in the fact that this is what's happened to people that have made things. And they've then gone on to teach their grandchildren, or to teach their friends, or to just do a little craft night with, when they go to Centre Parks, or, it's just been so lovely. And people have been taking the creativity they learn in their Curious Octopus box and then letting those ripples just spread. How lovely is that? That's the bit I love about this. So I'm just bending the leaves. Which way does that want to go? All right, this one doesn't want to be uniform, and that's fine. The flower is going to go off in a different direction. So you see that one's completely different. That's fine too. I'm going to put that in there. Let me see it. It's so nice. Right, we're going to make the last one. How are you guys doing? How have you enjoyed this? What are you doing that's creative or positive today? Have you done something creative? Stretch this. How's that bag coming on? Has it? Have you finished it? Okay, we're going to wrap the top of this wire. Get 2 small leaves. That's flying away. I don't know if anyone's actually watching on YouTube. I haven't seen any comments, so I'm really sorry if you have been commenting on YouTube and I haven't been responding. Oh, I've just put my sticky fingers on that leaf. That's not ideal. Don't put your sticky fingers on the leaves. That was a rookie mistake. Okay, leaves on, flower on. We're twisting, we're twisting. Keep twisting. You're going to get me to 10K. Oh my goodness, you're so nearly there. 9.8 thousand. And so glasses, glasses, cleaning cloth, or soft paintbrush to clean or dust in the future. That's a good tip. Thank you very much. Right, 2 medium leaves. I don't know about you, but I'm going to sleep well tonight. I can't wait for the weekend. Have a little chill. Lion. I was looking forward to the weekend. Right, last flower. And then the last leaves, and then we are done. And you guys hopefully will have made these beautiful glass resin flowers. And if you have watched back, please go and join our closed Facebook group where we share our makes. It's called Curious Octopus Makers. You have to be approved to get in because I want it to be a really lovely closed Facebook group where people can just share the creative things that they've made. Whether it's a Curious Octopus box or not, it's just going to be it's only a small group so far. It's just a really lovely closed group of people making stuff and supporting each other and having a lovely, lovely little time. So we are nearly done. Just going to twist this last one all the way down. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please comment, send me a little share and a like, and tell your friends. If there's anything that didn't go to plan, if there's anything that didn't work, please let me know so that I can put it right, because I really want you to have a really lovely experience doing this. Okay, I'm going to just move these all out so that, and I'm going to try and do it without touching the petals or the leaves this time. All right, there we go. And that can go in the vase. I'm going to make this one a bit shorter because I want it to sit just kind of under here. So I'm going to bend the bottom bit up, and then that will just sit in the vase like that. You see that? I mean, I think they look wonderful with 3, but I've put loads in because I've been making these last night and tonight. And here's one I made earlier as well. So thank you so much. Oh, you're at 10,000. Oh, amazing. Here are the glass resin flowers that we've made over the last couple of days. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us last night and tonight. Thank you for sticking with us. If you had some issues with the live yesterday, I know it was really frustrating, but I really appreciate that you've come back and you've watched, and hopefully you have some beautiful glass resin flowers to show. And I'd really love to see if you post pictures or videos or anything, please do tag curiousoctopus.art. If you haven't got a Curious Octopus box and you would like to join, pop on over to curiousoctopus.art and you can join in next month. We're going to be learning the wonderful combination of technical drawing and creativity, and we're learning how to do mandalas. And here is a couple that I started. I haven't actually finished them, but here are a couple that I've started. We've done that one, and I did this one, but you can see, can you see the kind of technical, we're using compasses, we're using rulers. Can you see the lines on that? So if you'd like to learn how to do mandalas for next month, we've got some lovely paint coming. We've got some lovely equipment. So hello, Duncan. So please follow us. Please give us a like and a follow and a share. Favorite the videos if you ever see them. It really does help to get that creativity out to more people. I really appreciate all the likes tonight. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys on YouTube coming back and watching. Thank you very much. I'm Kate. This is my little business, Curious Octopus. I'm doing it all myself. So please do support support me if you can. It's really, really lovely if you do. Have a wonderful evening, and I will speak to you soon. Keep on doing, this is my cheesy end, keep on doing creative, positive things. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot to Charlotte from Fleur Boutique. Everybody give her a like and a thank you, and a pop on over to her page and give her a little follow as well. So thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to sign off. Bye. Bye. Can't stop it. Oh, it's not stopped. Oh.